Lego. Bridges on check, step at pan check, ZZ's on check, hair up on check. Man, I'm ready for that wicked, y'all can get checked. I'm on my way to camp, so gon' get checked. Bridges on check, step at pan check, ZZ's on check, hair up on check. Man, I'm ready for that wicked, y'all can get checked. I'm on my way to camp, so gon' get checked. I'm in the spirit, please stop messing with me.
Real quick, bring it up. The book of Psalms 143 and 5. I remember the days of old.
What did the Lord say?
I remember the days of old.
What is the David telling us?
I remember the days of old.
We got to remember them days of old, man. We got to go back to keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. We've been in this damn captivity for over 400 years, man. We was in the Egyptian captivity over 400 years, man. We've been enslaved to the Persian Medes, the damn Roman Empire. When is about time that we gonna start doing what we need to do, man? When we gonna start being above all these damn heathens, man? When we gonna start acting like the royalty that the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, made us to be, man? When we gonna take off that old filthy garment of wickedness, man, and put on that garment of righteousness, man? Putting on that white garment without no stains, without no blemishes, man. Hey, sister, you got 5 minutes for the word? Say, you know who you are according to the Bible? Because the Lord made 18 nations of people. Turn that around for me. So the Lord, he made 18 nations of people. You agree with the Bible, right? You believe it's a real book. Said it's not just fairy tales. It's not things that's just made up. It's not just stories. These are things that our schools never taught us in no history class. These things you didn't learn in elementary, in middle school, in high school, in college. They want you to be indoctrinated with the ways of this world. Our school system never told us that there were 18 nations of people, and all these 18 nations of people are still on this earth to this day. I was like, we all know about the Romans. We all know about the Greeks. Them people still alive. Just like the God's chosen people, which would be the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we still here. We the number one. It said we are 12 different tribes that are built into one holy nation, man. Bring me out in 1 Peter.
Book of 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation.
What is the blacks?
But ye are a chosen generation.
What are Hispanics?
But ye are a chosen generation.
What are the Native Americans?
But ye are a chosen generation.
What are our royal princesses that are sitting right here adhering to the word of the Lord?
But ye are a chosen generation.
What are the brothers that are sitting over there in the orange Jeep, man?
But ye are a chosen generation.
Man, we chosen, man. Say, we didn't ask for these things, man. The Lord put it in us, man. The Lord has been building up men over decades and decades to come out onto the highways and byways, onto corners of every major city to spread this word, to tell them that everything that we learned in church was a lie. Everything that damn deep breathing, sweating, lustful, pork eating pastor told you was wrong, man. We got to get into this word, man, and actually learn these things for ourselves. Give me a 1 Thessalonians 5:20.
A royal priesthood, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood.
So the Lord said we royalty. When you see sisters going to like a ball or going to a prom and they wearing that big old nice dress, that's how sisters are dressed all the time. Back in the day, we weren't wearing leggings and damn Jordan 13s, man. Bring that up.
And holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who had called you out of darkness.
You got to show forth your praises out of him that's brought you out of darkness, sister. You can't let this word just go in one ear and out the other. You got to take this with you. Did you at least get a flyer? Got one? Come. It's madness, man. Our people got a short attention span, man. That's what we trying to tell our people. We got to return to these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Go ahead and drop that. Give me Ecclesiastes 1 and 2. Read down through 5. Give me 2 Timothy 3 and 1.
Book of Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verses 2.
Read out!
Vanity of vanities, said the preacher.
What is Taste of St. Louis?
Vanity of vanities, said the preacher. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity.
Say all this stuff is vanity, man. All of this is vanity. The ice trucks that you see right here with the Thermo King, the damn the food that they selling in here, man. The damn euros, the damn what they call it, Ballpark Village, the hotels, man. The trucks riding up and down the street. All of this is vanity. You understand what that's saying, sister? You know what vanity is? Vanity is delusion. It's everything that this world told us, which is good, and it's all evil, man. All of this is built for your destruction, man. You may think it's a good thing. Oh, you know, all these nations, they coming together, they whipping up food together, and they trying to spread knowledge of different cultures. Man, the Lord ain't dealing with that, man. He want us to come together as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, as the 12 tribes of Israel, man.
That's right.
Not as damn niggas, not as damn thoughts, not as hoes, not as bitches. None of this madness, man. Bring that out.
What profit hath a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun?
I said, what is all the labor that you're doing under the sun, man? All this stuff, man. What are you doing for it? For the moment? So you can just put on your story and be like, we out here getting turned up. The Lord don't care about that, man. You're going to get destroyed. Say, out here putting damn abominable foods in your stomach. You putting damn smoke in your lungs, man. And it ain't the frankincense and myrrh. So don't try to blame that, man. Keep on.
One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh.
I said, so one generation go after another generation, and we ain't learned a damn thing, man.
That's right.
Say, our parents led us astray, the churches led us astray, the school system then led us astray, man. Who else is there to depend on? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. There ain't nothing else left. That's the only thing we haven't done as a community is keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. So our sisters refuse to put on clothes. Our brothers refuse to pull their damn pants up, straighten up their back, put some damn bass in their voice, man, and show themselves men, man. Everybody want to walk around effeminate and look at us like we crazy because we out here on the corner. Oppression make a wise man mad, man. The Lord told us to cry out and spare not, man. If you read these other translations, Isaiah 51, man, it say shout, man. So we supposed to be yelling this to the rooftops, man. Because we going to say this whether our people want to hear or whether they forbear, man.
But the earth abide forever. The sun also riseth, and the sun goeth down.
And our people believe, they always talk about the end of the world. This ain't no damn Terminator movie, man. The only world that's coming to an end is Esau's kingdom, man.
Right.
The only thing that's gonna come to an end is us building these damn high-rise buildings so y'all can sit up there with your damn feet on the desk, man. The only thing that's coming down is the damn policy overseers that ran around looking at us stupid, man. The only thing that's gonna come to an end is this so-called damn government system that's made so-called blacks and browns number one and number two in the damn prison system, man. That's the thing that's coming to an end, man. Keep going.
The sun also riseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasten to his place where he arose. All things are full of labor.
Say what?
All things are full of labor.
I said, so this is what we doing, man. This is the work that we supposed to be doing on the Sabbath day. Not going in, clocking in on the damn so-called white man's nasty clock, and then you got to sit there and work for 4 hours, and then you got to take 30 minutes. As soon as the 30 minutes come up, he walk up to your car window. Hey, nigga, get back in there, man. Get back in there and finish rotating them tires, man. Get back in there and type up some more paperwork, man. Get back in there and start organizing some files and sending some emails, man. No, we supposed to be doing the work of the Lord, man. Trying to wake up the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Let them know that they royalty, man. Let them know that they more than just damn niggas and spicks, man. Keep going.
All things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing.
And our people, their eyes are not satisfied with seeing. No matter how much they look onto it, and you ask them about the Sabbath day, I believe it's Sunday. That's what the church told us. They don't look for themselves, man. Y'all know when the Sabbath day is? Or y'all keeping the Shabbat? Y'all keeping it holy? Say, are you buying? Are you selling? Or are you out here looking into the ways of the world? Are you envying the oppressor, man? You want to be like the heathen? We got to show ourselves royalty as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. If you didn't take anything else from what you heard today, you an Israelite, man. You God's chosen people, man. Keep going.
Nor the ear filled with hearing.
I said, and their ears aren't filled with hearing either, because they hear this stuff, man. They didn't hear Kanye, didn't say it, man. They saw how Kanye done lost all his contracts. They heard Ice Cube say it. They heard T.I. say it. They heard DC Young Fly say it. They heard Kyrie Irving say it, man. They done kicked him out the league, man. Made the brother shave off his damn beard, man. Now he look like a damn child molester, man. Damn madness going on in this place, man. Because everybody want to be like the person instead of being like themselves, man. The beard is what make a man look like a man, man.
That's right.
But instead, I guess the roles reversing now, and all the women got the beard, and all the men are walking around with a damn purse on, man.
That's right.
I hate it here, man. all the labor that is in this world is vain, man. If it ain't for the work of the Lord, man, now I don't even want to hear about it. I don't want to see it. I'm tired of hearing it, man. I'm tired of thinking about it. I'm tired of every single time I turn on the TV show that all the damn men are turning into damn sodomites, man. I'm tired of every single time that I turn on the TV that somebody is complaining about something. Man, I remember just last year, I saw a damn, I don't even remember I don't want to call it a lawsuit, but it was people having issues about the damn symbol of the woman's fucking logo on the pads, man. Like, what the hell, man? Why does a man want to wear a pad, man? I know you acting like a bitch, but you ain't got to be on your damn cycle all the time, man. Come on, bring it out.
The thing that had been, it is that which shall be.
I'm saying the things of the past is the things that is now, man. Remember the days of Sodom and Gomorrah when the Lord had to rain down brimstone and burn the place up, man, because everybody was being sodomites. Damn angels coming, knocking on lock, going, hey, man, bring the men out, man. I want to lay with them. That's madness, man. Said Lot tried to give him his daughters, man. They didn't even want to deal with them, man.
They were young, too.
Yeah, madness, man.
They were young.
See that? Bring that out again.
Yeah, they took the pacifier out their mouth trying to put other things.
See that, man? That's madness, man. And I tell you, it wasn't no damn nipple either, man. It wasn't a bottle. It wasn't a damn baby bottle, man. It wasn't no binky. They was trying to give them sausage, man. Madness. This place is finished, man. But that's the ways of the so-called white man. Because they've been doing this since slavery, man. When they was buck-breaking men. When they held the biggest buck down and made him submit in front of his household, man. That's the same days we're living in now, except our people willfully do it. Brothers walk around with their pants to their damn ankles, man, thinking it's cool. Thinking that they just think it's funny when they saw it on Don't Be a Menace. Everybody just standing there with their pants down. Man, that's symbolism, man. They making our men into sodomites. It's time to stand up and show yourselves men, man. Finish that up.
That's right!
And that which is done is that which shall be done.
I said, so them things of the past is the same thing we going through now, man.
And there is no new thing under the sun.
Hey, sis, you hear that? There's no new thing under the sun. You may think you're doing something now. You may think that you got a brand, that you popping, you know, that you trending worldwide, man. All this stuff is vanity, man. It's all things that have happened in the past. The technology is all things of the past, man. There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing ooh-ah about this place, man. Only thing that we gonna be going ooh-ah about is when we finally see the chariots come out of the sky, there's their missiles coming down, and this place is getting destroyed, man. Keep going.
Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new?
I said, and when can you look around and be like, oh, damn, man, this is something new? Ain't nothing new, man. Even the cars. When you look at cars, man, they used to be box shaped, then they got round. People started roasting you for having an old school, be like, that car shaped like a box. And now what? Got this ugly ass thing right here, man. It's a box all over again, man. There's no new thing under the sun, man. Read that again.
Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new?
See, the Lord is mocking his people, man, because he know that we simple, man. Like the book of Proverbs chapter 1 and 22 say, how long will you simple ones love simplicity, man? How long are women going to walk around wearing pants? How long are people going to want to keep running with these other nations, man? How long are people going to stop thinking that everything in the world is effeminate? You got Mother Nature, you got the mothership. Man, it's the fathership, man. The chariots are from the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. That ain't no damn woman, man. The damn nature ain't coming from no damn woman, man. I was watching a Sakari video earlier, man. There was a damn woman on there talking about something that men are nothing, that we all came from the woman. How the hell is that possible? What is soil without a seed, man? Or what is seed without soil? They go hand in hand, man. This is madness. Bring it out.
It had been already of old time, which was before us.
I said all these things were before us, man. What I got you holding?
This is the book of 2 Timothy from the chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
What's on the way?
Perilous times shall come.
What is the shelves in the stores getting empty?
Perilous times shall come.
What is America, Saudi Arabia, and Israel making peace treaties?
Perilous times shall come.
What is it when NATO is doing their thing and you got bricks falling apart, man?
perilous times shall come.
Say there's perilous times on this earth, man. We got damn natural disasters happening left and right, man. You got famine of the food and of the word in progress, man. Everything is falling apart in front of your very eyes, man. But they disguise it like it's nothing wrong with it, man. Just throughout the past week, there's been a internet shortage going on everywhere, man. You watching Netflix and stuff just buffering. I was like, you playing the video games, man, and next thing you know, your game just started lagging. And that's happening in St. Louis. It's happening in Houston. It's happening in Sacramento. It's going everywhere, man. That's because this place is crumbling, man. Esau don't know the problem. You call Spectrum and AT&T, and I don't know what's going on. It shows it's a strong connection in your area. Well, no, man. The connection is the children of Israel waking back up, man. Getting back on one accord, man. Telling America death to this place, man. Bring that out.
That's right.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
I said, and that's what we got right here at this damn Taste of St. Louis, man. Men being lovers of their own selves, man. Only worrying about appeasing the flesh, man. Only worrying about getting some damn food that they ain't ate before, man. What you got? Come on. Yeah, bring that out in just a second.
Covetous, boasters.
Wait, what was that?
Covetous, boasters.
I say, aren't our people covetous, man? You ride down the street and they be like, oh, man, I can't wait till I can get me a Scat Pack, man. But you're working at Dollar General, man. You ain't gonna get no damn Scat Pack, man.
Proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection.
That's our people, man, without natural affection. Everything that we just listed in that verse is all things that are not natural affection, man. Said Esau the one that told you to love all these things of the world, man. Esau the ones that make you want a big house. They the ones that make you want a fancy car. They the ones that make you want to keep buying these damn clothes made by all these damn sodomites, this damn mixed fabrics and all kinds of madness, man. All hell's breaking loose, man. These damn heathens got their foot up on your neck, man. And you refuse to just move out of the way, man. You just stand there and just hold on to them, man. You hold on to their ankle while they stumping you into the damn ground, man.
That's right.
Truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fears, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers, pleasers more than lovers of God.
See? And they damn man pleasers more than lovers of God, man. They all about the flesh. They all about the lust of the eyes, man. The pride of life and the lust of the flesh, man. They don't care about what pleases the Lord, man. Everybody loves saying I love God, but they do everything contrary to what the Lord wants them to do, man.
That's right.
That's madness, man. So you go into the church and they tell you the damn law's done away with, but yet they taking up all your tithes, man. And then they tell you just everything's gonna be okay. They tell you all you gotta do is have faith in Jesus. It's madness, man. None of this stuff adds up. That's why you gotta seek these things, man, and see if they true, man. You gotta study the scriptures day and night. You gotta meditate on the precepts, man. And it may actually start to make sense to our people, man. Because there is no precept in this book, man, that says, come as you are, man. There is no precept in this book that says that the laws are done away with, man. Said the laws are for Israel, man. That's why people know what repentance is, but they try to act like they don't. They try to act like they don't know that repentance is turning from your sins. You don't know what sins is if you ain't actually studying the Torah, man. If you ain't digging into them first 5 books, seeing what's going on, man.
That's right.
And our people have issues with each other because they don't do what 1 Corinthians 6:6 say and go to law with their brother, man. It's madness. Keep going.
Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof.
I said, and they deny the power thereof. All of our people say that they got a connection with God, but yet, man, like I said, everything is contrary to what the Lord says, man. Nobody out here can show me that they holy. I don't see nobody walking around with fringes on, man. Instead, I see a bunch of men with no birds, man. I see a bunch of sisters that's showing off all their assets, man. Instead, I see people spending money on the Sabbath day, man. This place is madness, man. Bring that up. What I got you up?
Book of Psalms, chapter 126, verse 1. When the Lord turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream.
We were like, what?
We were like them that dream.
I said, man, and this be feeling like a dream, but it's more like a nightmare, man. Seeing all of our people damn just choosing death over life, man. So the Lord said, choose ye this day who you should go serve, man. And none of our people want to turn to the Lord, man. We've been out here for hours and we had one good conversation out of people, man. Instead, everybody else walking up and down the street like they don't hear the speaker, man. Instead, they'd rather go over there and damn turn up to whatever the hell weird music they got going on over there, man. Our people instead rather go over there and get a BLT. People rather go over there and get a Euro, man. When they eat like the, what is the damn people, man? The damn Greeks, man. Madness. Keep going.
Then was our mouth filled with laughter and our tongue with singing.
I said, and our mouths are filled with laughter, man, because we laughing at you. Same way that the Lord laughed at your calamity, we laugh at the fact that y'all distracted with madness, man, that nobody wants to return to the Lord, man, that everybody wants to do what they want to do, man, that they want to be man-pleasers, want to be boastful, man. Keep going.
Then said they among the heathen, the Lord had done great things for them.
Said, but the Lord is doing great things for our people, man. You got brothers out here waking up out of their folly, man, putting the blunt down, turning away from the idolatry, turning away from fornication, man, repenting, man, turning themselves over to the Lord, realizing that we're no longer a damn color, realizing that we ain't named after after two landmasses that are named after damn Edomites, man. Keep going.
The Lord had done great things for us, whereof we are glad.
Say then we glad about that thing, man. We like the angels that's turning up right now, man, screaming holy, 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 man, because of the Lord is great, man. And there is none like him, man. There is no God beside thee, man. What I got you on?
I had it for a while.
This the book of Ezekiel, chapter 21 and verse 2. Son of man, set thy face toward Jerusalem and drop thy word toward the holy places and prophesy against the land of Israel. And say to the land of Israel, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I am against thee, and I will draw forth my sword out of his sheath, and will cut out from thee the righteous and the wicked.
Said the Lord is cutting the righteous and the wicked up out of here, man. Because the good thing about our people that do die and they actually keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments is they don't have to see all the things to come of this world, man. They don't get to see the death and destruction that's coming to this place, man. But at the same time, he is taking out all the wicked. Because the Lord has to purge this place the same way he did Sodom and Gomorrah. The same way he had to do with Noah when he had to bring the water upon the earth, man, and take out everybody. It's because this place is wicked, man. This place is defiled, man. What's going on, sister? You ever heard of the Israelites in the Bible? It said, well, we are here telling our people that we are indeed those children of Israel. Turn that sign around for me. Did the brother give you a flyer? I said that flyer on the back of there, it will have this sign as well. So right here is a breakdown just showing you how our people fall underneath those tribes. Which one would you see yourself under? Would the world call you a so-called black woman? They call you Jamaican, being West Indies. They call you Haitian, Puerto Rican, Cuban. Where you see yourself at on there? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the music. What's that? Yo, you Levi's, see that? All praise to the Most High. Give it up to the sister, man. I said, the Levites, they had a mighty role, man. The Levites, they weren't just normal people. They weren't calling themselves Haitians from the beginning of time. Said that was the royal priesthood. Said back in the day when the Lord was separating us, when we first got into our lineage coming from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Lord was giving lots to the different tribes. And all the other tribes were actually taking care of Levi. So Levi was a special tribe. That wasn't just a lowly person. But we're going to show you one of the things that made our people actually start calling themselves Haitians instead of being called Levi. Bring Deuteronomy 28. Start from the top. Start at 1. 28.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1.
You familiar with Moses? And like when he led the children of Israel out of Egypt? Well, this is something in Deuteronomy 28. This is after that.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
So the Lord was saying that if we actually kept all of the laws, statutes, and commandments, then what?
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So the Lord said that he would put us above all nations of the earth. But instead, we fast forward to today, we under captivity of other nations. And these are the same things that's been happening since the days of old. We've been in, I think it's like 13 different captivities. There's been a long time since we've actually been on top, since what they call the Dark Ages. Jump down to 15. So from verse 1 through 14, that's showing a lot of blessings that would happen amongst our people. But we're going to jump down to verse 15.
Verse 15, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now, can't we agree that curses are a bad thing? I said, so I was telling you that verse 1 through 14 is showing you some of the blessings. Well, from verse 15 all the way to 68 are all the curses that would happen to Israel. When you say that's not a just balance, it's a whole lot more curses than it is. I'm gonna show you 3 curses, and I want to see if you agree that they identify with the tribe of Levi. Give me 16.
Curse shall thou be in the city, and curse shall thou be in the field.
Say that curse shall thou be in the city and in the field. Now, haven't our people been in a number of times of being cursed in the city and being cursed in the field? Because no matter what city you go in, whether it's St. Louis, whether it's Chicago, whether it's up in Milwaukee, whether it's in Boston, whether it's in the Bay Area, whether it's in Baltimore, whether it's in Orlando, no matter where you go, it's always cursed. It's cursed areas. So you gotta look at the times of like in the 70s when they start building up all these gated communities, and they made it look like it was to keep crime out, but we gotta think maybe that was a sign to keep the crime inside. They wanted to keep us confined, because instead of letting us go out to all these broad areas, now we stuck in this small area. And now we in the point now where we got gentrification, where they buying up these areas because they realized them houses that we built were so nice and was able to hold up a lot longer than these houses you see out in St. Charles and out in Creve Coeur. But read that one more time.
Curse shall thou be in the city, and curse shall thou be in the field.
And when you agree that this would be cursed in the field, I said, but these are the same things that's still happening to this day. Brothers was getting lynched in, and brothers still getting lynched now. We still have our people getting killed on the news on a daily basis. Give me I was like, but we've been throughout all this time, we've been cursed in all the fields. We was picking tobacco, we was picking sugar cane, we was picking strawberries, and one of the other tribes, the so-called Hispanics, they still got plantations going on in the South now where they still picking strawberries and potatoes. Bring that out.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich.
And that's the thing with our police system. I was like, they always lock us up, and then they held not guilty. They beat every single case. Don't even need a good lawyer. What was the one sister that got killed? Killed by the one police, and then her mom went in there and she hugged the officer instead. Like that's the oppression that our people has been going through. Was that in Houston? Yeah. That's madness. That wasn't that long ago. But this is just like the days of old. Bring that up.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4.
Read out.
And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy inheritance that I have gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
To do what?
To serve thine enemies.
So who do we have to serve nowadays? Who owns everything? Exactly.
In a land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger.
I said, so now we're in the land that we didn't formerly know. Hey, Shark, grab that, grab the water poster. Kanye, the routes. I said, so we were all once, you know, what they call the motherland. We were back in Jerusalem, which would be in so-called Africa now. So we've been led into all these different places. That's why when you look at that chart, it's the blacks, the Hispanics, and the Native Americans, because we've been led into all these different land masses, which are just like when you riding on the metro and you riding down Grand and you get stopped on the south side, the central west end, the north side, the west side, like. That's all this was. We was led on these boats that just took us all into these different countries. And what happened when we were led there?
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword.
And they changed our names. Give me Psalms 49:11.
Among all nations whither the Lord shall lead thee.
I said, so we become a proverb and a byword. So that proverb being, we just entertainment to them. I said, we happen to be the best actors. We happen to be the best dancers. We happen to be the best cooks. And even every sport that we play, even if it's a sport that our people haven't been playing forever, we go in there now and we dominate. So we getting into the Olympics and brothers being the best swimmers now. So brothers can run the fastest. They jump in hurdles higher than anybody else. So there is no Chinese Luther Vandross. There is no Arabian Chris Brown. There is no Japanese Jamie Foxx. So these are all our people because the Lord has called us the salt of the earth. Jump down to 45. Actually, hold that one. Bring it up.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 49 and verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
I said, and that inward thought is these other nations, because they think that everything's gonna go on forever. It's the same way when they say, what's that famous line? Rome wasn't built in a day. That they never thought that they were gonna see Rome fall apart. When actually, the only thing that we doing now is just reliving those days of old. Everything that we do, like now, you see these stone pillars. That's all Roman. That's all Roman. Traditions, yeah, all architecture of the Roman captivities, yeah, and the Greeks. I was like, and even with the Greeks, we got last night we just seen a group of sisters. They didn't want to hear this word, and they were all probably double the age of all the brothers up here, and they didn't want to hear it, but yet they were walking around with Greek letters, you know, from the sororities. I was like, so our people want to be everything else other than what the Lord called us. Bring that up.
And their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own name.
I said, and they said that everything that they own, they would just pass down to the next generation. That's why when you look at our people, we don't have trust funds. I was like, what are we left? A house without a father. So we had drug abuse in the household. So give me Deuteronomy 28:54.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
I said, so now we to the point where our brothers hate each other. And now only music that we have is all people that committing violence against each other. Brothers robbing each other, brothers stealing each other's wives. They breaking in each other's houses. They want to do everything else other than be loving, being tender, and being delicate. Go ahead.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
Say, and toward the wife of his bosom. So that's why the number one calls that the police station get now are domestic violence amongst the so-called blacks and Hispanic households. So now we make fun of it, and when we watch stuff like Wildin' Out, they got baby daddy, baby mama, who wants the drama? Because our people, they love not having a successful relationship. They think it's cool to be in toxic relationships now, making the environment horrible for the children. Now they're raising up the child, and the child only seeing the mom sitting there yelling at the dad every day, or a dad walking in the house, he's smacking up the mom.
He's saying 2 dads and 2 moms.
Yeah, like this. So what is this? This is like what we got on TV. What is the shot? Nothing but a bunch of sodomites. So what is power turning into? Nothing but sodomites. At first it was all drugs and and hated their brothers, but now the brothers are starting to love each other and the sisters are starting to love each other. And yeah, not in the positive way that the Lord told us to. So those are things that our people are going through. This is one of the major curses upon our people. Go ahead.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Say, will you agree? None of the men are in the house anymore? Or if the man is in the house, he isn't able to provide for a child the way he wants to. I remember just growing up that my dad was working like 3 jobs. I didn't even get to see my dad a lot. And then we still didn't have any money. So that's the actual system that we living in. That they make it where the men aren't in the household anymore. So all of our men are either gang banging, they either going to the grave, they going to prison, or they got to work themselves to death. So that's a major curse of our people. And we're going to go ahead and hit it home with the biggest curse. Give me 68.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Just from him reading that verse, what do you think that's saying, sister?
Second time.
Turn this around. Gotcha. Say we gon' you pretty spot on, but we gonna break it down just into the detail for you. Now let's start from the top.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So we got to remember, this is talking about the Israelites. This is not talking about all nations. And he said that he would bring them into Egypt again. Now we were talking about Moses earlier. What did he have to free his people from to get them out of Egypt? What was going on in Egypt? Was they in the Airbnb or just kicking it on the beach? Exactly. Give me
This the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So Egypt would be bondage, because in Egypt we was building the pyramids. Even when you fast forward today, when you look at the back of a dollar bill, it still got a pyramid on it. That's why when you look at everything, you ever heard the term Illuminati? Like the higher ups in the media and stuff, so they go by that triangle because that's all going back to just they rubbing it in your face, showing you that you still in captivity to this day. God.
This the book of Revelations, chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
I said, so our people lie our bodies lie in the middle of the street. So, because even when our people get killed, whether it's hung, whether they're shot in the street, it's still the same similitudes, rather. It's like when you go back into the law, statutes, and commandments, when the body was hung, it was supposed to be taken down at sunset. Say, but now, that's something that still happens now. They hang the bodies and they look at it as just something to reminisce on. They look at it like it's a good deed. That's where even when you look at Christmas now, like that's the origins of Christmas was revolved around that. That's why you got ornaments on the tree now. It's symbolizing our bodies hanging from the tree. And they used to actually leave those bodies there. And a lot of times they've actually hung people and left them hanging by their feet. I can't remember. What's that story that I just read the other day? It was a story I just read the other day about a woman that when they hung her from her feet, that they actually set her body on fire and cut the baby out of her stomach. Like those are kind of things that's been happening to our people. And fast forward to this day, we still get killed in the streets. And that's why he brought the Billie Holiday song, the Strange Fruit. That's why it's something that is still manifesting us till this day. It still hits home because it's still happening. They just kind of change the way that they do things, making it a little bit crafty. You still got that Psalms 49:11. We bring that up. Never mind, we finished it.
The book of Exodus chapter 1 verse 13 and 14. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar, and in brick.
I said, so even though we were doing that in Egypt, we still doing it to this day. They'll bring up that.
And in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor.
I said, in the same way that they was making us build them pyramids, that's the same way we built everything now. So we didn't build up all of the major cities you see. We didn't even build the White House. I don't know if you know the history of St. Louis, but you know, we were brought in as slaves on the riverfront, and we were sold at that courthouse that's still there to this day. And then what you see as the arch grounds wasn't always just a nice tourist attraction. That actually used to be a thriving so-called black neighborhood. The same way you familiar with Black Wall Street, the Tulsa. I was like, yeah, we had a thriving area going on like that, where it was a bunch of factory work, you know, houses. Everybody was employing each other, and they ended up burning all those buildings down. And then those buildings sat there being just an eyesore for about a decade before they finally came up with the plans to make what you see now as the arch. And even the arch itself is just idolatry, because now you got people just walk down there and they just standing there just looking up, just gazing at it. I was like, because they look up to these monuments. They look up into the ways of the world, because like we was bringing out in Psalms 49:11, you know, the inward thought is that their houses shall dwell forever. They call this the gateway to the Midwest. But there's nothing great here. There's nothing but rape, rob, and murder inside this place, just like every other city. What I got you on there? I'll finish up there.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So we just talking about how the slaves came in by the river. So we came in on ships. So we didn't come in on a plane. We didn't come in in a Pontiac Bonneville. We didn't come in a Jeep Cherokee. Like, we came in by ships because they had to bring us across the water.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
I said, but it was saying that as soon as we got off those boats that we'd be sold. I said, and we got sold out to these other nations. That's why we have last names now, because this is our last captivity. It's not going to be any more captivities after this. Next is the kingdom.
That's right.
Right. I said, and we actually got a lot of history books that actually break down all these things. Right now.
So this is the book of Christopher Columbus and the African Holocaust, Slavery and the Rise of European Capitalism by John Henrik Clark. And the passage he quoted from a book called The Man Who Stole a Continent. His name was John Weatherwax, and it reads, "There was a man who stole a continent, being cruel as well as greedy, and possessing power. He enslaved 20 million of its people, sending them over the ocean, 10 million to the eastern hemisphere and 10 million to the western hemisphere. In the process of capturing 20 million people whom he sold, 80 million other people died. Some during slave raids, for when a village was raided, often the very young and very old and the sick were killed. Some from exposure, disease, and grief during shipment abroad, and some by suicide at the water's edge or in transit. The sale of 20 million human beings as slaves gave the man hundreds of millions of treasure, but this was only the start of his enrichment."
So, like, just saying that when they look at all these other lands, that's why even the Puerto Ricans, the tribe of Ephraim, they call Puerto Ricans being a rich port, because once they got there, they realized all the riches that they could make off of that place. Said, and then our people, when we was on the way over here, all our people didn't even get to see slavery because we knew what was about to happen. So they're actually jumping off the boat and actually being chased by the sharks because of the blood in the water. Said our people have been through a lot, but these curses fit a certain group of people. Now we've been talking about it. Who do these curses fit? So these things happen to who? The children of Israel. So that would, and then we fit these curses, so that would make us what? Right. See that? Give me John 147. John 147.
Whatever here they got over there.
Give me 2 Corinthians 11:22.
Book of 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 22. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I.
I said, so that's actually when you read this New Testament, say you see Paul, he was an Israelite. And he was saying that he's a Hebrew, he's an Israelite, Hebrew being our original language, Israelite being where we come from, our lineage, being from the man Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. So with that, we were talking about all these curses. Do you remember why we said that our people had to go through these curses? I know we gave you a lot of information in a short time. Exactly. And what would that entail? What would being obedient to the word mean? What does that look like? Yep, and his laws. See that? Give a round of applause to the sister. I said, so now that we know that led us into captivity by not keeping the laws, what should we be doing? Exactly. Bring that out.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what do the Lord thy God require of thee?
So the Lord says, since now that we know that we Israel, what does the Lord require of us now?
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him.
And to what?
And to love him. And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments of the Lord.
To do what?
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
I said, and that's what the love of the Lord is. But I don't want you to think that we just made that up and we just pulled that out of that verse. It's going to say it in the book of John. It's going to say it in 1 John. It says it multiple times throughout these scriptures. And when you see that the lettering is red, do you know what that means? Yeah, that's Christ speaking. Go ahead.
It's the book of John chapter 14 verse 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
Said, and that's plain. Said Christ was saying that if you love Christ and if you love the Most High God, you would keep the commandments. You familiar with a couple of commandments? Give me 5 of them off the top of your head. All right, give me 3. I'll make it a little easier. Thou shalt not steal, not kill. Not false witness. That's 4. One more. Give me one that's not in the 10 Commandments. Because it's 613 laws. In vain. There we go. Hey, sister on it, man. That's one that a lot of our people, they don't even know. Most people know that thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. When like the church, they can kind of twist that up. And they just be like, oh, well, somebody break in your house, you shouldn't be able to take them out. But there's actually laws that break down all those things as well. But I want to go into a few laws, some of them that you may not have heard before. What you got?
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 7.
What's some of your favorite meat?
Bring it out!
Or do you eat meat? I know a lot of people are vegan and vegetarian and stuff now. You like fish and chicken? God, me too. Yeah, all the brothers up here love fish and chicken. Say, do you eat any pork? You said you have? Yeah, we all have once upon a time. No, we can bring it out for you.
And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cover-footed, yet he chewed not the cud.
See, that is some of the attributes. If you start at the top of Leviticus 11, it talks about how a lot of the cattle and stuff, they have the split hoof. So it's saying even though it has that.
And the swine, though he be divided of the hoof,
So even though he has a divided hoof.
and be cloven-footed, yet he chewed not the cud, he is unclean unto you.
I said the Lord said that the pig would be unclean to us. And it's because they don't actually chew the cud. You familiar with what that is? So chewing the cud, a lot of cattle, when they eat, they actually swallow the stuff and then they regurgitate it. They kind of chew it again. It helps it break down in their bodies because they have multiple stomachs. So, but the pig doesn't actually have that. Neither does a pig have sweat glands. So all the toxins that a pig accumulates, it actually just stays inside their body. That's why whenever you see a pig, it's never just like in the backyard at somebody's house. They on a farm and they eat just anything. No matter what you put in front of a pig, it'll eat. It'll eat another pig. It'll eat a live animal. Then we even seen a video recently. We saw one that was eating a dead body. So it's like you gotta think all the things that you eat. You know that's you putting that in your body. That's what you become. So go ahead.
Of their flesh shall you not eat, and of their carcass shall you not touch.
So the Lord said don't eat it, and he said when it comes to the carcass, don't even touch it. You see a dead pig, you just keep going. Just go around it. I was like, that's why even when we in the grocery store, we may go get some turkey bacon or something, there's some pork sitting there. Just reach on to the back, just grab that last pack, man. But you say you like fish as well. What's your favorite fish? Got catfish? Okay, what other kinds? You like lobster? You like shrimp? Yeah. I said, I love how you were kind of conflicted about it because you was like, yeah, I already know. But I was like, we have to give you that friendly reminder then. That's what the Lord has us out here for. Like, I know if you might have seen Israelites before and it seemed like we just yelling at people, but we actually rebuking our people through love. So this is actually an eye-opener for our people. This is trying to save you from death, because eating things that the Lord told you not to eat is actually breaking down our bodies. It's the reason our people are number one in diabetes and high blood pressure and gout. You know, that's why we grew up watching stuff like Soul Food. Big Mama had to get a leg cut off. You know, those things are still happening now to this day because we eat foods that we shouldn't eat. So why eat pork when you got lamb? Why eat pork when you got buffalo? Why eat pork when you got turkey? You got chicken. So you got tons of different other meats you can eat. I said, I know our people love bacon, but if you ever had beef bacon, or if you ever had lamb bacon, or chicken bacon, it'll change your life. It tastes way better than the pork. It's not as greasy. And again, it's not leading you until your death. Bring out verse 9.
Verse 9. These shall you eat of all that are in the waters.
So the Lord's going to tell you what we should be eating that come out of the water.
Whatsoever have fins and scales in the water.
I said, now does crabs have fins and scales? I said, does catfish have fins and scales? I said, catfish has fins, but they don't have scales. If you actually try to grab a catfish by hand, it's slippery. It's gone. It's slimy because it's a bottom feeder. And that's the thing that a lot of the things that we like to consume out of the water is a bottom feeder, like lobster, like shrimp, like crab. All those things are what you look at as spiders and scorpions, everything above land. Like all those are just the same crustaceans, but they underneath the water instead. That's why when you go like to the beach, or especially when you go down to the riverfront, it's like brown and it's disgusting looking, and that's because we eating all those things that's supposed to be actually cleaning up the rivers and the seas. That's why if you had a fish tank at home and you didn't have no algae eater in it, it's gonna look disgusting. That's the same thing that's happening now because we eating the crustaceans. Go ahead.
Whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, shall ye eat.
And them shall ye eat. All the things that have fins and scales. So I was like, there's plenty of other fish. Like, what's your favorite fish?
Red snapper.
You ever had red snapper before? I said that's the thing. If you go to to one of the tribe of Benjamin spots, to go to one of the Jamaican or Caribbean spots, they make a real good red snapper. And there's so many other ways you can make it. Grilling it would be the preferred way. So if you don't take anything else from that, remember that. What's your favorite?
Whitening.
Whitening? Ever had that one?
You're Israelite from South Jew.
Jack Whitening.
Come learn your heritage sometimes.
Jack Fish. Jack Fish.
So what's yours, the shark?
Jackfish.
What's yours, the shark? And see, brother like salmon. What's yours, the wide? Brother like cod. What about you, Dave? What's your favorite fish?
Salmon.
What's yours, Cortez?
Buffalo.
See, buffalo. What about you? What's yours? Salmon?
I grew up.
Yeah, you gotta watch it. It'll choke you up quick. What's yours, Amazon?
Yeah. I don't know. I just
See that? So there's plenty of other fish. I like you got cod, you got flounder, and you can get those at any basic grocery store. Like I get them at Sam's all the time.
catfish steak.
I was like, and flounder is actually some of the best fish that you can actually fry. It's not like catfish how when you fry it up, you got that black film that's in the middle. That's because that's all the toxins and stuff that we ain't supposed to be eating out of it. So we're gonna say that one more time. What did the Lord say about those?
Whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall you eat.
I said, so the Lord said that those are we supposed to be eating. Because those are things that are good for you. Are you willing to do that for the Lord, sister? I said, hey. I said, it don't take progress. Because, brothers, we heard this stuff, but it's not an overnight exchange. We know that. But what I can say is definitely strive to do your best. So when you walk in the store, you be like, man, I feel like frying some fish tonight. Look past that catfish and look for something a little bit more cleaner for you. Tilapia is a clean fish. Personally, I stay away from it because I heard that it's more of a man-made fish. Like it's not one that actually comes out of the oceans. It's kind of like a hybrid type of fish. Yeah, that's what I heard. I haven't done enough research about it.
They form it. They form it. So it's like nutrients and stuff that you're looking for. They might feed it all corn. My ribs say they feed it doo-doo. So I don't know.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like another thing, like when you're looking at the labels, when you go in the grocery store, you may see the wild caught and farm raised. I said that show you the difference between the fish, because the wild caught is a natural made fish. Because the Lord made all the fish, he just planted them in the water. We didn't have to actually make them. So when you actually see one that's farm raised, that's like somebody having a decent amount of property. They got a lake out there, so they go out there and start, making their own fish. So when you actually get one that's wild caught, it's a lot better for you because it doesn't have those dyes and chemicals and stuff in it. We're gonna bring out one more law for you. This is one I don't know if you ever heard before. Like you ever went to a Sunday church? Do you know why they go to church on a Sunday?
He bring out the He bring out the fringe.
Gotcha. But we gonna actually go into the reason, like, cause they go to church on Sunday because they look at it. When you look at the history, with the whole names of the week, Sunday is going back to a goddess that's worshiping the sun. So that's actually why they go to it. It wouldn't be the traditional Sabbath day. We're gonna bring out what day of the week the Sabbath would be. Go ahead.
This about the woman prayer. For every woman that prayed from Sunday during the The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8.
Bring it out!
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
What?
To keep it holy.
So holy being set apart. We supposed to look at the Sabbath day different than we do any other day of the week. Go ahead.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So the Lord said that we got 6 days to do all of our work. So whether that's actually going to work, whether that's doing your chores, cutting the grass, you out there washing the dishes, washing your car down, planting your garden, you got 6 days to do all that stuff. Go ahead.
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
Now the seventh day of the week would be what day of the week? Yep, it would be Saturday. Because when you look at the calendar, the first day of the week is Sunday. So Saturday is the seventh day of the week. That's why I was saying that Sunday, they doing it on the wrong day because they say that that's the Sabbath, but that's actually the first day of the week. That's not the seventh.
In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
I said, so no matter who is living in your house, they not supposed to work either. So whether you got, cattle that's out there doing stuff for you, they not supposed to be working. Your dog, he not supposed to be working. It's a day of rest for everybody. All the kindreds of people. Say we supposed to be taking that as a day to just rest. That's a day we supposed to be reading, that we supposed to be meditating on the word, probably get into some videos, like you, and with that, said then, it's morning, right? Come.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day.
I said, and he rested the seventh day. I said, so that includes that there's no cooking on the Sabbath day. Like you don't want to be going in there trying to fry up some fish, making some spaghetti, boiling up some corn. You're supposed to be getting ready for the Sabbath day on the day before. That's a prep day. That's the thing that throughout the scriptures that our sisters actually demonstrate that they do that. Is just a way to prep for the Sabbath day. So on the Sabbath, instead of cooking, that's your day to rest. So now you can just eat you a salad, eat you some cereal, sandwiches, anything you got that you can just kind of relax and just eat in the spur of a moment.
Stay diligent. The most I built this army, so now we militant. Your Howard shy coming like a thief in the night. Gotta stay woke, gotta watch vigilant.